All right. After one day absence, back by popular demand, is the show and tell. Can you tell what show and tell is today? Yes, it's my hard hat. Necessary in the ministry, of course. Um, this is, I got this, I had the real privilege of taking a tour of U.S. Steel back in Gary, Indiana, when we pastored there in Portage, Indiana. And a few of the guys in the church worked there, but one guy in particular got me a tour of the plant, and you got to wear a hard hat. So we had the guy down the shop paint me up one with pastor on it. I have never ever used it again, but it is a great memory. It's been down the basement. It's over the years tempted to throw it away a few times. I thought, no, it's pretty cool. So I've kept it. And again, a reminder of ministry in the past, a reminder of love and friendship of others that the Lord has given me in my life, for which I very much am thankful. And so that's today's show and tell, and obviously could, if you want to stretch it, be a reminder of the helmet of salvation. So protecting the mind from the enemy's thoughts, taking every thought captive to Christ. We're going to get some sunshine today, it looks like, here in Johnson City, and really thankful for that. And maybe a couple of days without rain, which is a big plus this time of year around here. So I hope you all are doing well where you are today. And I pray that you are doing what we've talked about so often, is when you get a chance in the different kind of schedules here, many of us working from home, many of us with completely changed schedules, some of you working harder than you were before because of the job you have. But take the opportunities that are presented in this different time to seek the Lord for sure, and listen to His voice. What does He want to say to you? Our meditation this morning is God uses our failures to disarm our pride. And over again through this time, ever since the season of Lent, when we've been doing these daily meditations, daily thoughts, though we're using, at the center point, we're using another author's ideas to springboard off of just a bit. And not one of the books was written with COVID-19 in mind. Over and over again, because it's a spiritual thing. See, we're spiritual beings, and the outer surroundings of our lives are but testing grounds for what's going on in here, who we really are. And some of these things put us to the test, and they reveal things to us. And if we're paying attention, and we want to, they will change us. The Holy Spirit will use these things to change us. So that's really at the heart of this meditation today. I hope you grab it. It's really good. He starts with Proverbs 28:13, and that'd be a good book to pick up and read over these days. The book of Proverbs 28:13. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Finds mercy. I was just trying to get a hold of Jeff Murphy, so that might say something why I said that. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Proverbs 28:13. You're never as good as your greatest success, and you're never as bad as your worst failure. That's something I tell students on their first day at the law school where I've been teaching for almost a decade. When everything is going your way, it's easy to trust. When everything is crumbling, it's easy to think you're a loser. What I'm getting at is this: our identity is not anchored to our best or our worst moments. We live between them. A big theme that immediately develops when we follow Jesus is the need to start living by a different set of rules. The world says the more money you have, the more important or powerful you are. God says the more money you have, the harder it is to be like Jesus. Why? Because money gives you options and independence. And God is inviting you to become more dependent on Him and have less confidence in what you own. The world says the more followers or fans you have, the more popular you are. But God says if you want to be popular with Him, you'll stay close to the lowly in heart, where He is. Jesus was drawn to the people who couldn't seem to get it together. He's crazy about the ones who are killing it too, but often they just don't feel as desperate for Him. For most of us, there will be a time when this all changes. It's now could be the time. Something will happen that makes what we put our faith in other than God fall like a house of cards. Each of us will experience a defining moment that will shape our life if we will let it. Kairos moment. To stop, think, dig deep into it, analyze, let it speak to you or not, or just pass it right by. I think God uses our failures to disarm our pride. He meets us in the wreckage and He makes us more humble. If you're riding high on a run of fortunate events, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. If you're getting battered by a run of unfortunate events, remember that you are in good company. What past failure has taught you about humility and dependence? This time, coronavirus time, is not so much a matter of our failure, but it certainly is a testing ground for our faith, is it not? What have we put our faith in that all of a sudden has disappeared? It's fallen apart. It's not there to help us anymore. Whatever those things were that we just kind of took as our protection, as our those things we put our faith in, now it's gone. Now we found out it's not so reliable. Could not depend on that. It evaporated. Could not depend on that. It failed. Trust the Lord. Always trust the Lord. Because everything else is, even our own lives, the Word tells us, are like grass that comes up in the morning and by evening it's gone. This is a good testing ground for our faith right now in these days. What will last? What will be rock solid for us? And that is only the Lord. Our relationship with Him, our salvation through Him. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, folks. Always, always, always keep your eyes fixed on Jesus.